The finale. This one's going to be a bit longer than usual because these things never go as planned. I did get a result though, so let's go back and watch the process, take her for a ride, then we'll come back here and discuss amongst ourselves. Cue the music and the title. I'm going to start making up some cables for this bad boy. First one I'm going to do is this. Let me think here. Which one is it? It's this guy. No, this is the front brake. This is the back brake. Okay, got it. So yeah. I'm going to make up these cables and make them look pretty. I've got this this cable tool. If you watched the Motopecans, you saw me making them with this guy. It works like a champ. This was like 10 bucks on Amazon. And it comes with all these collets so you can make the outer sheath as long as you want. Put the collet on and you're done. But this is a hell of a tool. One of the best 10 bucks I ever spent, I think. I have a bunch of cables. So right now I'm kind of going through and seeing which ones have the NARPs that I want. But if they don't, I've got a couple of NARPs here. You know, these kind that you can screw on. You can get these at trees. I got a few different sizes of those, but actually initial impression makes me think that I might have everyone I need. We shall see. Actually, I'll start with the front brake because that one looks like it's going to be the easiest. So that'll get me in the mood. It's a new day. I just ran out of patience for this thing. It's fiddly. I've got a nice fresh cut on the cable now, so it should go in hopefully fairly easy. You probably didn't see it on the video, but I spent about 30 minutes trying to thread this thing into the throttle. So here goes. Hopefully it goes a lot better today. First time. Come on, baby. Oh, damn, it's so close. Got it. Holy crap, I got it. Thank God. Oh. Oh, I got it. So the secret to this was just to take out that grub screw so you can get this in a good position. It's impossible to do from underneath. I mean, it's probably not impossible, but it sure is a pain in the ass. But yeah, as soon as I flipped it over, second time it went right in. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That throttle represents pretty much the last mechanical thing I had to do on this bike. She's getting close. The pedal, I'm putting the pedals on, and there's a spring and a cap, and honestly I don't remember what side it goes on. I'm going to put it on this side because the other side has a gasket, and I don't think you want that spring right up against the gasket. But I don't remember. So, oh well. We'll see. Speaking of pedals, I haven't checked for clearance over here on the pedal and the carb. I've thought about it a lot, but I wanted it to be a surprise to me. So I'll be checking that. I had two cranks, and one of them was longer than the other, but it was longer on this side, on the side that doesn't have the carb. I think for the oil, for the oil injection case. So this is nice. I mean, this is the proper amount of stick out on this side, but it's going to be close on the other side. So we shall see. First, I gotta clean it though and make it pretty. You know how I do. Look at that pedal. Damn, that cleaned up well. That won't look good for long, unfortunately. That's probably gonna be the first thing that gets all janked up, but oh well. It's just a good feeling knowing every nut and bolt and washer is perfectly clean. You know, it doesn't matter anything. It's just for my psyche. I like to know that everything is perfect, at least for the first ride. Everything is clean and pretty, and you know, this is probably ridiculous because these are gonna get janked up in a hurry, but I still like knowing it. Let's see if that pedal clears the carb. I know for a fact it's gonna be tight. It's not bad. Alright. So not terrible. It hits this this big ass filter. Yeah, actually if this filter was like half size, so I gotta go find a low profile filter. So I'm getting ready to put transmission fluid in the crankcase, and now's a pretty good time to show my massive stupidity. I mounted the coil right above the fill nut, and to get the coil off, I've got to get back to those nuts that are back there. You know what, maybe I can just fill it through the indicator nut, you know, squeeze some fluid until it starts leaking out there. Actually, that is what I'm gonna do. All right, still stupid, but maybe not irrecoverably stupid. Yeah, I've got a syringe. Let me try that syringe. Oh yeah, this is working like a champ. Alright, there's 220. Let me do a little bit more just to make sure it spills out. Alright, I try to kick it over here. Let's see if it's got compression. Oh shit! Holy crap, does it? Oh my god! Oh, holy crap! Oh, I love it. It's tight as hell. Oh my god. I'm about ready to throw some gas in her and get her started. I still have to put the chain on and get the back wheel totally set, but I've been kind of putting this off because I'm dreading it. I think it's time to check for spark. If we have spark, Then tomorrow, today I'm gonna put on the exhaust and the chain, and tomorrow I'm gonna fill her up with gas and start it up, see what happens. So let's check for spark right now. Come on, Lucky. Okay, here goes. Come on, baby, give me a spark. Please give me a spark. Oh, 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 we got a spark. Thank God. That's a big step. That means at least most of my wiring is correct. And it means that CDI, that broken CDI that I fixed and I put on here is actually working. So those are both great things. I'm gonna put this this exhaust on. Alright, that's as tight as I can get that bad boy. So I bought a bunch of jets, as you can see, for the Mikuni carb, and I just taken the bottom float bowl off so I can see what jets it came with. And this one right here is the main jet. Should I zoom in some? Let me zoom in. A quick little interruption here. As far as main jets go, this thing shipped with an 86 main jet. I put a 76 in there, which I think is going to be a little bit rich, but that's what I'm going for. So this one is the main jet, and then the idle jet is down there. I'm going to pull that guy out. Just check the number on it. Let's see if my old man eyes can read this thing. I can't tell. Maybe it's just because I'm old, but dang, I can't read those things. And I can't tell what that one is. So I'm actually going to replace it with this one, which is a 17.5. I don't know if that's the right one or not. But at least I know what the number is, so I'm putting that one in, a 17.5. And I opened this up and now I can see what that tube is. Just I think it's just a vent tube. You see it's connected to this, which goes up high, so you know, if the level gets too high or it needs some air in there, I guess it pulls in some air, but I'm just leaving that as is. I'll probably cut it off. I don't need it to be this long. I probably, you know, cut it down to about there. Okay. Alright, so I'm calling that set up. At least for my initial purposes, that's about where I want it. So, I'm going to tighten her down for good. I'm so excited to play with this carb. I love it. As long as I angle it upward. I mean, it clears, but damn barely. You know, I've been walking around this thing trying to think of anything else I need to do, and there are a couple of things I need to do still. But there's nothing keeping me from throwing some gas in her and seeing if she starts. I think that's what I'm going to do right now. First time off the table. First sit. These handlebars gotta come back a little bit. There goes. Come on, baby. That worked. Let me turn that off real fast. I lost my filter immediately. Huh? I didn't even have to try hard. Thing started right up. I think my throttle cable got stuck. So let me see what I can do here. That's good enough for tonight. I'm gonna go through and retighten some of these bolts. I'm gonna see if I can get the filter to stay on. But I still count that a success.
Oh, hells yeah. A quick ride up and down the street. That's it. I love you, moped.
I love you, David.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this off a little bit more here. It's with this, with the oil, you know, injection cover. My side thing doesn't fit. I'm just marking it. Perfect. So I picked up this filter on Amazon. And it's got a right angle on it, see? So I think I'll angle it up like that. It's going to take it out of the way. Perfect. All right. Nothing left to do. I'm taking her out.
And here it is, her maiden voyage. I apologize ahead of time. I mounted the GoPro right to the moped instead of wearing it on my helmet like I usually do. Big mistake. The sound is terrible. The picture's terrible. Hopefully it's not so bad that you can't watch it. She seems to be doing all right. When I'm out here, I start goosing her up a little bit, trying to get some speed on her. Everything still seems to be going well, but right around here, I'm starting to hear a sound. I don't think you can hear it in the GoPro, but you'll be able to hear it when I stop at the light. And there it is, that rattle, rattle, rattle. It's so bad that I actually turn off here into the construction site and piss off some construction workers. Sorry about that, fellas. Oh, sorry. Just a moped coming through, don't worry. Anyway, yeah, it's bad. And now it's really starting to act up. It won't go when I give it throttle. I can tell something is terrible here. So now it's time to limp back to the workshop, and I mean, you can see I'm giving it full throttle right here, and nothing's happening. Then it kicks in eventually, but only just for like a half a block or so. This is really a limp home, a fail.
What do you mean? It's not supposed to sound like that? I did something wrong. I don't know what. But that was making a lot of noise out of the transmission side when it was doing all that weird shit you saw on the GoPro. I think that means I gotta pull her apart. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to go perfectly, but I also wasn't expecting to have to open up that engine again. I don't know what I did. Look at this. That's supposed to be moving the back wheel. It's not. I'll see you over at the workbench with an engine. I've got the engine off of the bike. I'm gonna tear it apart and see if I can figure out what the hell went wrong. I'm a bit clueless as of now, so let's see. I found the problem. Two little freaking washers. All that crap. I'll put them on now.
Yep, you saw that right. It's just those two little shims that go on at the very end on top of the pedal shaft and the main shaft right before you put the case back on. It's on the diagram plain as day. I knew I needed to put those on. I just simply forgot and went ahead and put the case on without doing it. Anyway, what you're going to miss here is my frantic order to treats for new seals and gaskets that I messed up while I was taking this thing apart. All the cleaning of the gaskets, all of the putting the engine back together, messing up the paint and repainting it. Pretty much everything you saw in episode 6, I had to do all over again. But now we'll fast forward till it's all done so you don't have to watch that again.
All right. I got it back together. New seals, new gaskets. I even repainted it because I jacked up the paint job while I was taking it apart and putting it back together. All for two stupid little shims. I like to say I was disappointed. I mean, maybe I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised. I mean, these things never go exactly right the first time. So, no big whoop. All right, I got her all put back together, ready to go. So I'll do some glamour shots, pull her off of the table, see if she kicks over and starts up, and if she does, we'll go for a ride. It's butt cold outside, but at least it's sunny, so I'll put on some gloves and we'll take her and put her through her paces and see if we can get a GPS on her. That's of course assuming that I did it right. I'm hoping this outcome's better than the last time. Second time's a charm? Who knows?
Alright, second maiden voyage? I don't know if that's possible. You can only be a maiden once. But I took it out again, and here I am. I still had the stupid GoPro mounted to the moped. Sorry about that. I've learned my lesson. I'm sticking to the neighborhood where my workshop is, just in case I have to limp back again. Everything seems to be going all right. Not really full throttling it here. I'm about 3/4 throttle through most of it. But right around here, it starts acting weird, like it's running out of gas. And it wasn't running out of gas. So I pull into the CVS, and it just cuts right out. And then I try to start it a few times. And no go, of course. So then what you get is one of the saddest sights in all of the world. And that is a grown-ass 200-pound man pedaling a moped down the street. And yes, the kids laughed and pointed and jeered. I'm still not recovered from it.
Alright, that didn't go as I had planned. I think it's the carb. It was spewing out gas out of this overflow tube, and it started starving for fuel. I think the carb just got clogged up. So I'm gonna pull it off. As far as the engine goes, the engine feels good. While it was getting gas, it was roaring, but the carb screwed up. So I'm gonna pull her off. I'm gonna clean her up. I'm gonna check the spark plug just to see what the conditions are. I haven't done a plug chop on it yet, so this is a good chance to at least pull it out and inspect the condition. But third time is always the charm. Second time wasn't supposed to be the charm. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna pull her off and see what we got. So she's running rich, but I mean, I think I want it running rich. Just while I break in the kit, but yeah, according to the plug, we're running pretty dang rich. I don't mind.
Now she's running like she's supposed to. Oh, hells yeah. It sounds wonderful. The GoPro is certainly not doing this thing justice. It's angry, but I love it. Pissing people off as I drive by. So I did have the GPS going on this run, and I'm about to make a pretty good speed run down a residential street. Not the smartest thing, but hey, I'm not the smartest person. Here we go. Ignore that 25-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. I sure did. And now we're booking. Full throttle. Get some big rips.
So, results, lessons learned. Let me start by saying I love her. I mean, she's comfortable, she's pretty, she's fast. What's not to love? How fast? Well, I will say this. When I'm on her, it feels like she's going faster than the Moby. But GPS doesn't lie, and GPS has her at 48.7 miles per hour. So quite a bit slower than the movie, but not slow. But the low end on this thing, the acceleration is freaking phenomenal. A lot of that I have to attribute to the Beast pipe. I had this pipe on my stock A3 that was originally on here, and it was amazing on that, but I didn't know how amazing it could be until I put it on this kitted bike. It's called a Homoet or Homoe. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. It's spelled right here. I can't say enough good things about that pipe. It sounds amazing and it freaking rips. I haven't done actually much tuning on her either. I mean, I did read the plug and she's running rich, but that's on purpose. And I'll probably leave her running rich for another, I don't know, a couple hundred miles or so while I just make sure that the kit's nice and happy. Maybe I'll pick up a little bit of speed when I get the jets dialed in. I also haven't messed with the timing at all. I mean, I set the timing on the stator, but I didn't ever come back with a timing light and really dial it in. And I probably will do that after I get the proper jets in there. And then I'll start experimenting, and as I keep going, I'll update you, and I'm reasonably sure she's going to break 50 just with some proper tuning. I will say that a real quick way to get her to 50 is to change some of the gearing, because, I mean, like I said, this thing has some face-ripping acceleration, and I can trade some of that low-end acceleration for some top-end speed just by flipping out the gears. So, like I said, more experimentation, and I'll update you as I experiment. But for now, I mean, I'm calling her done. I'm calling her done, and I'm going to ride her every pretty day we get. But now that she is done, I get to move on to the next project. So y'all got to pick my next project, and I did get a lot of votes on that, but more than I was expecting. But I think I'm going to keep it a secret which one won until I start the next series. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.